Yeah.
All right, everybody. So here we are for episode 22 of the Irish Iron Podcast. Today's guest is none other than Leon Sylvester, aka Bajan Strength on Instagram, aka the man with the biceps and the quads. How are we doing? There we go.
All good. Thank you.
So for anyone who doesn't know Leon, the last few shows you did Dennis James Classic. You came second there. You came second in the Musclecontest. Before that, you won the Class 2 NABBA Ireland title.
Yeah. And RIBBF
yeah,
on the 90. Yeah.
Deadly. And so you've been around, but you've been competing for a while. Like, you didn't just come out of the woodwork. So I mean, I suppose we could start off with like what like you're kind of hitting your stride now, but when did you start competing and what got you into it?
I started competing when I was living in London. I used to work at a gym called Fitness First, and the guys were competing, and I just liked the concept of prep, so I jumped in. It was a Miami Pro show, so muscle model type thing.
Yeah.
And that was in 2016. Did everything myself. Came fifth, and then after that, I linked up with Tommy when I moved over to Ireland in 2017, and that's where the journey really started.
So you really did only start like fairly late. I mean, to let people know who's listening, I mean, like you're in your 30s.
Yeah. 35.
35. So it's like
going to be 36.
So you only started competing in your were you training before that? Like, were you doing weights?
Yeah, well, I was training. I used to do a lot of calisthenics. I used to be a gymnast as well for 17 years. So that's where it started, you know.
Yeah. I mean, did you compete? Did you do all the competitions and stuff for the gymnast?
Yeah. Did everything. Pommel horse and floor was my thing.
Deadly. Like, what made you stop doing that after 17 years?
Injuries, and then when I left Barbados and moved to England, I had nobody around me doing it, you know. So it just fizzled out, and I went, and most of the people around me were into the gym, so gym it was.
That's it. But what people don't seem to understand is, like, I tell people this all the time: training age is not the same as actual age. I mean, you, like, the fact that you started later probably is a good thing, you know?
Yeah. Smarter.
Yeah, that's it. But that being said, I mean, you kind of burst onto the scene, and I remember seeing the pictures of yourself up in hardcore when Tommy started training you. Like, you'd post the occasional picture of you on his story, or you'd post a picture. It'd be like a front double bicep or something. I'd be like, who's this guy? Yeah. And then I was like, who is this guy? Then Carlos Sullivan was telling me, like,
yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was like, he must be in his 20s or something. And no, he's like 32, 33 at the time. And I was like, oh, fuck, he looks really good. Like, he's getting better. So when you started weight training, when you came over here, what steered you? I mean, when you were in London, what steered you into competing? Because it's very much something you just don't do.
Well, like I said, the personal trainers in the gym where I was managing, they were competing a lot, you know, so I just decided to jump in a show with them. Obviously a lesser category, but yeah.
Did you win? Or was it like...
No, I came fifth.
Oh yeah, you came fifth.
I should have won.
Yeah.
The
Miami...
I got the fever from then.
Deadly. So I mean, but that lit the fire anyway. So you only did one show there, and then you came over here. And what was the first show you did over here?
The first show was NABBA. That was NABBA on the 90. I think that was the late show in October. And I came fourth. I think I came fourth then.
Okay.
Yeah, I came fourth, and then I come back the following year and won it.
Yeah. So it was definitely a case of, like, did you do the first NABBA when you came here and you first did it? Were you working on your own then? Wasn't you weren't working with Tommy?
I think I worked with Tommy for 8 weeks, just 8 weeks before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Deadly. But the thing
So
is,
my training, all the training was at me. Still was learning myself. Didn't have a clue how to do competition prep or nothing. So big difference in them 8 weeks. Trust me, I was freaking out every single day.
yeah. I mean, that was what year? 2018.
17.
Yeah. We probably did the same show, man. I did the juniors that year.
Yeah, I was Giovanni.
Yeah.
Giovanni did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did the same show.
I didn't watch it. I was in my own world. I was freaking out that day.
Yeah.
My first bodybuilding show in Ireland, you know, so
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to nothing.
No, but that's the thing, man. It's like like the thing is, once you compete and once you do well, or not even well, but let's just say you come top 5, people kind of know who you are then.
Yeah.
Did you feel after that, like, you kind of opened up maybe a few avenues, like the
It
work?
did.
Yeah, I mean, just the social aspect, even just knowing the people, and
Even interpersonal training as well, you know. People know me from being a bodybuilder, and if that's something they want, they will drift towards me, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for people listening, like, you're currently working as part of the FlyFit team, right? You're managing, like.
No, I'm not working. I at the Dartry Health Club now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
in Upper Rat Mines.
Deadly.
Long story. Long story. I could get into it, but I at Dartry Health Club, which is amazing. We're better than FlyFit, I could tell you that.
It's more like it's like a semi-private place, or what's the situation there?
No, but it's a health club. It's just like a gym, but we got a swimming pool, a lot less members, and then like we got full-time cleaners, so the place is a lot clean. Everything's brand new, just amazing. Nice members as well because it's a health club, and the price is a little bit up in the air. We don't get the type of people who will cause trouble too often.
Yeah. No, I always tell people this. I tell people this, like, look, I'm working in energy, and I'm like, look, it's not a bodybuilding gym, but it's really good to work in because people there are just normal people. They just want to come in.
Yeah.
You know, and they're the best people to work with. But no, that's good. So I mean, do they allow you to train, and like, you have a key and stuff like that, or would you?
No, I don't have a key. I get a key if I want, but I literally live 3 minutes from the gym. That will make it so convenient for me. You know, I can hold my breath and get to the gym.
Sandwich, man, that's what you want.
So yeah. And then I started to become a physiotherapist as well. So it's quite good. I don't go travel too much to and from work. I got time to study as well, you know.
Deadly, man. Well, like, physiotherapy, though, that will open another door for you as well. I mean, is that you're doing that part-time, or is it just a case of?
I study part-time in National Training Centre. It's an amazing course, very in-depth, you know.
Yeah. How long will that take you to be finished up with that?
I think that's going to finish next September, depending on COVID, if we get a lockdown or not. Again, you know.
Of course. I mean, is your place, like, is the swimming pool open in your place, or is it a case?
Yeah, swimming pool is open. The only thing closed is the sauna.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that, now, to be fair.
But yeah, only 6 people are allowed in the swimming pool at one time. It's a fairly big pool, but still.
Deadly. So I mean, where are you training out of these days? Are you still in hardcore? Not hardcore.
No, I train in at the Dartry at the moment, just because it's convenient, and I quite like the social distancing protocols that we got here compared to some other gyms, you know. So I guess stick around here for now until I put the my foot on the gas, and then I might need to pop somewhere else.
Yeah, deadly, man, deadly. I mean, look, end of the day, I mean, you came off a high. I mean, you did quite well when you went abroad, and like, I mean, the Musclecontest here, I mean, that was probably the best. What was a higher standard? I mean, was it the Musclecontest, or was it the Dennis James Classic?
Dennis James Classic. By far. It has, like, Musclecontest was amazing, but Dennis James Classic, like, everybody was on point, every single person. So, and then it was a much bigger show as well. And the audience, like, when I step on stage, it literally freaked me out, you know. you step on stage in a foreign country, and then when they see your physique, everybody's screaming. It's quite daunting.
It's weird,
You know?
isn't it? It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. It was a very good show.
But I mean, did you come second in your class, or was it?
Yeah, I came second in my class. Yeah, a guy from Germany won. Don't know why. Maybe because it was in Germany. Not sure. But yeah, a guy from Germany won. Guy called Chris. He was shredded. He was more shredded than me, I guess.
Feels, yeah.
Yeah. He looked great. He looked great.
I mean, did you, before the lockdown though, did you have aims to keep on going? Were you gonna do another pro qualifier?
No, I had already planned to shut down. We're going for Musclecontest again next year.
Cool. So 2021.
So right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah. So it's a kind of a relaxed time. I'm not really trying to grow at the moment. A little bit of maintaining, and then when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, I mean, what's your weight cap? I mean, for people listening, classic.
My weight cap, 86 kg.
Okay. And how much?
175 centimeters.
Yeah. And how much did you weigh last time on stage? I mean, were you
I weigh 82.
Okay. So you still have
I got fourth. Yeah. Hopefully I can pack them on the shoulders and the calves.
Yeah. But that's the good thing about classic. I mean, like it's you have to be very on the money about, you know, when you have 4 kilos, you have to make it suit what.
I looked a lot bigger as well. I looked a lot bigger than Musclecontest. Musclecontest, I was 84.5.
Yeah.
And I didn't look as big as in Germany.
Do you think it was just the way the water, like I mean, were you flat or were you like?
I was flat in Musclecontest, definitely.
Yeah.
I just so depleted, we just couldn't fill up. With the diuretics we was using, but Germany, everything just went in. It just keep getting better and better. Like, you know, I went sleep after prejudging. I had a sleep wake up even more shredded, just freaking out. So things went well, and the prep was easier as well.
Yeah.
Like prep was a breeze.
I mean, that's the thing. People don't realize when you come from a prep into another prep, you don't really have time to get out of shape. So I mean, you're gonna be leaner. So it's
I started leaner. So
yeah. With that being said, I mean, look, you still have to weight the gain, which is great. But for anyone listening, I mean, classic isn't just about making a weight. It's about lines and structure and body parts and just the whole.
Yeah, you got to flow.
The flow. I mean, how did you feel?
Show your best shots.
That's it. I mean, how did you feel standing on stage? I mean, there's a lot of guys doing amateur classic, you know, in Ireland and out of Ireland, who they're not classic bodybuilders. They don't have the structure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So did you kind of know, like, when you were doing it here, okay, this might be my thing? Like, what kind of legs?
No, I actually just wanted to compete no matter what, you know, and then wherever my weight fall, the coach put me. Okay. That's how it was. And then he suggested, you know what, let me ease into classic. And because of my front double bicep, he was like, that's a classic shot. And we just stick to that. We just had to bring it the legs to match the arms and go from there.
Yeah. I mean, did you always have big arms? Like, were you always kind of muscular? Like gymnastics?
I like classic. Classic is.
Yeah. I mean, when you started.
Well, I used to think so until I look back at photos.
Okay. Yeah.
I always had my definition. I was just super lean.
Yeah. So similar enough. It was just a case of adding muscle more than anything.
Yeah, you could see every muscle in my body, every lats, everything, striations all over. I was just skinny as hell.
Yeah.
As soon as I start eating, everything just fill up. So I think I grow quite easily, except my legs, until I run into tummy, and then they actually grow faster than I thought they would.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. At my age as well.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is as well, like, you got started into bodybuilding so late, but a lot of people, you're married. So were you bodybuilding before you got married?
10 years.
So yeah. So what did she think? What did she think when you wanted to bodybuild? Because it's not
nothing. She did. No, nothing really. She knows it made me happy. So my wife got my back you know. That's it really.
So you want.
When it's competition time, she knows it's competition time. She got my back. If I tired, my wife picks up the slack, you know.
Yeah. So it's a team effort.
Yeah, I got support all around. So it's a team effort. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got a nice team. I got my coach. I got a physiotherapist, DBR therapy. I got a sponsor from Butchers in Rathmine, Jolin Butchers. So it's easier when you have a team rather than doing it on your own, you know.
I managed to get sponsored after the podcast.
My success come from my team, not from myself.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I tell people this, once you get like a little bit of help here and there, it just makes it that much easier. I mean,
it takes the stress off. Yeah.
But I mean, with the physiotherapy,
I don't have to worry about where the money comes from to get my protein, you know, stuff like that. My money comes from to get my shit fixed.
Yes.
You need a little bit of help sometimes.
That's it, my man. But with the physiotherapy and stuff like that, were you always on the point with that coming from a gymnastics background? Like, did you always?
No, not really. I could always work stuff out myself, and then I just start getting some chronic pains, and then I went to a couple of physios. They were no good until I run into this guy Darren, and now things are different.
Yeah, he beats you up, and makes you feel better.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, would it be kind of acupuncture and needling and all that kind of stuff?
No, he does all of that, but most of my stuff is soft tissue stuff or like myofascial release. You know, too much weight training, just everything just seizing up all over. Has a trigger points needed to be released in my quads. Yeah, that's the most painful thing. My quads always seem to get points fused together and just firing on their own.
Yeah,
you know, it's very painful.
Yeah.
That's from the training.
Happened to me. I remember I tell people this: the only time Tommy trained me was the only time I had to take painkillers and I had to lie on my bed. I took like 4 painkillers. He trained me for legs, and I couldn't walk. I had to lie down. I was off work. It was rough because I don't train with that kind of volume at all. I'm not like.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I do train like that, but I think it was the pace. I think it was just, I didn't stop. It didn't stop for 40 minutes. It was continual.
Yeah.
When he trains you, or trained with you, I mean, what kind of, would it be more volume focused, or would it be kind of, what kind of training?
No, we do both. It's volume with as much weight as we can carry all the time. In terms of when we're doing legs, the only difference is we try to minimize going heavy on barbell squats because of my back. So the main lifters be hack squat. So probably 90% of the time we would do pre-exhaust with leg extension. All the way, it could be 7 to 10 sets, and then we go heavy on the hack squat, and then it could change from there. But that's normally how we start.
Yeah. So would it just be lower back pains, or would you have?
Yeah, lower back pain. I got a problem with my SI joint on the right side, which also messes with my QL.
Yeah. I get you, man. I get you. I mean, I tell people this all the time. I mean, do you need to do barbell squats to build a bodybuilding, like for bodybuilding? No, you don't. No. I mean, I do it because I love to do it, but I built my legs.
I love to do it as well.
That's fun.
Don't need it.
It's fun. But, like, I mean, the same as bench press. Do you need to bench? Not necessarily. I mean, but the thing is, it's like, as well, with you being classic and, like, you still have 4 kilos of stage weight to make. Would the calories and everything still be nice and high, and you'd still be pushing for what kind of weight would you get up to in your off season?
100. Yeah. I never went over 100.
But there's no point. There's no need for it. I mean, if you're
no need for it.
I mean, if you're cutting down, I tell people this all the time. You want to stay kind of 15 kilos within your weight anyway.
Yep, you got that right.
Yeah.
And even saying so that I got 4 pounds stage weight to gain, I could still get a lot more shredded. I haven't hit that shredded stage yet, you know.
Yeah.
So I could probably got 5 kg.
I was about to say, like, I mean, the thing is when you deplete down and, you know, you get rid of the water and stuff, and you don't have food in your stomach or anything like that, like, you're going to be a lot lighter than you think you are. I certainly thought I was bigger. I thought I was going to be in the 80s, and then I was like on stage at maybe 79, 80 kilos or something.
Yeah, and look big as well.
That's the thing. So it's like, it's all the illusion. It's all the illusion. That you can't, there's no worries, you know. But
Sharper the lines, the bigger you look.
That's it. But did you with like when you won the Mr. Ireland and stuff like that, once you won your first like show, you obviously didn't go to the universe or anything like that. You just wanted to focus on just getting that.
Just dipping my toes in the sand.
Yeah, I get you. So going ahead, you'll be sticking with the pro qualifiers because you're on that. I mean, you weren't far off.
Yeah. No, my next one is going to be my last one. It won't be no more qualifying after that. I definitely gain my pro card.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Is it the Dennis James? Are you going to do Dennis James again?
No, I can hit it at home. I can do the Musclecontest.
Cool.
Yeah, I was going to go for Dennis James again, but COVID jumped in.
Yeah. I mean, look, we have a full year now anyway for the Musclecontest, so it's not exactly, you know, a rush. I mean, do you like? I mean, time's on your side. I mean, you don't have any injuries. You don't have any pain.
Not really. No, not really.
Like that being said, like, I mean, would you be training, like, you're working in the business, do you have any clients who compete, or would you be kind of just the regular people would be clients?
No, just regular people.
Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah.
Or is it just a case of
no, it's the area really and the type of clientele that comes to the gym. Yeah. They're kind of older clientele or business people. Yeah, just want to stay healthy more so than for aesthetic reasons.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with you there. I mean, I tell people this all the time. I can afford to be very picky with my clients because I'm on a salary anyway. So, you know, I'm not dependent on just getting clients.
Yeah.
So each one I have is like, I have one competitor, one American football player who's a strong fucker, and I'm just
That's great.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I love training guys like that because they just respond, you know, they just want to grow or get stronger. But I mean, coming from, like, you come from the background of, like, I mean, like, FlyFit's a great gym, like, it's a great, like, environment, like, has its merits, but it's definitely a business that's completely based on self-employment unless you're a manager or something. When you came to where you are now, did you feel like it was just a bit more secure or something like that?
Yeah, it was definitely more secure, but at FlyFit, I had security. Like, I always had clients, so I never struggled. So it's a bit different. It was a bit different for me than some other trainers who got to look for money every week. You know, I built a reputation there. I was there long enough.
Yeah. Did some of the clients come over? Did you retain any?
No, because like I said, the membership price here is a lot different than FlyFit. You know, it's more than 4 times, I think, or more than 3 times.
Oh, fuck. So probably like 60 quid or something like that, or a month. Yeah.
It's more than that.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but it's more than 80, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, I suppose though, if you're getting a pool and you're getting sauna and you're getting all that kind of stuff, I mean, that's what you're paying for, you know?
Yeah. The gym operates great as well, like high stand, like we open for an hour and 15 minutes, and then we close for half an hour, clean the whole gym, and do that throughout the whole day. So the price went up, I think, to accommodate for all the cleaning that we do throughout the day.
Really? Is it a big gym or is it kind of small?
It's not really big. Gets the job done. Everything is placed where it needs to be, you know. You got everything to do the job, and it's brand new free motion equipment as well. Best stuff ever.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Get you down someday.
That's what you want. No, for sure. I mean, look, I tell people, look, the gym I'm at, like, I can't really do legs or back because it doesn't have anything like that I'm used to. No racks, no power racks. But for upper body,
Yeah.
it's fine. You can go in and do chest and shoulders and arms and blast it. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I do have the key at some time, so it's grand. Like if I finish a shift, I just do my training there. And I'm just thinking, what's it going to be like to do a prep in a gym? Like you've done it. I mean, like you probably found it really easy to prep when you're in a gym, or would it be? Yeah.
I lived 3 minutes away. I was rolling in here, first person in the gym to do my cardio, you know, and I'd go back to bed 3 minutes. Like, it's easy.
That's
So,
pretty cool. That's
yeah,
pretty cool. But that
didn't
being
have
said,
to go anywhere.
that's what you want. But I mean, that being said, like let's talk about you've been working with Tommy for the last time. For anyone listening, Tommy Staunton is Mr. Class 4, Mr. Universe, Class 4, Mr. World, RBBF, Mr. Ireland overall winner. I think he won his class here in NABBA. He never actually won an overall NABBA, but he won everything else. And he's someone I look up to. I've known him God knows how long at this point. I think 8 years, 7 years. But how did you hook up with Tommy? I mean, was just you were training in the gym and he saw you, or?
Yeah, no, yeah, I was training in the gym and I saw a poster of him and I wanted to talk to somebody to get some help about competing.
Yeah.
And then I asked him, "Are you that guy on the poster?" And he said, "Yeah." Like, and then I said, like, "I'm looking for somebody to help me. I want to compete." And he's like, "Okay, come back and talk to me," such and such, because he had a client at the time.
Yeah.
And then we sat down and he asked me what I want to do. And he's like, "Take your shirt off." He was like, "Yeah, definitely. You got great genetics." And we just took it from there. I just put all my trust in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're kind of his poster boy. I mean, I kind of look at you and like you would
He looks after me, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, I mean, I was talking to him. And, like, don't get me wrong. He stepped in and he helped me when I really needed it. But
Yeah.
doesn't tend to train bodybuilders. He really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So
No, I appreciate it 100%. He looks after me.
yeah. And do you think like his whole methodology, like it suits you, like his way?
Oh, 100%. 100%. There's nothing about his training that I would change, or his approach to dieting. And every prep that we did, diet was different. Every single prep.
So
And it just got better and better and better.
Yeah. So walk us through. So when you first did your first, like, let's say, what was the difference between the diets? I mean, you've done 4 shows with him or 3 shows?
So the,
Wow.
4 now. 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like the first one we did like a lower carb. So like, I don't know, it was something like 100 grams of carbs a day, 50 before and 50 after training, something like that. And then the second one I think was probably keto. I think we went into keto. And then the third one we did like to try to get the body into a rhythm. So I did high protein, moderate fat, low carb for 2 days. And then I did high fat, moderate protein, low carb for 2 days. And then high carb, moderate fat, moderate protein for 2 days.
Yeah.
And then just keep repeating it. And with them 2 low carb days, I literally sucked on. With the 2 high carb days, I literally blew up like a cow. And the fat burning just kicked in again. So yeah, a lot of different strategies we used. My body likes fat more than carbs.
Okay. So you can really
learned that.
You can really drop the carbs then and just go keto if you need to go keto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And handle it as well.
Yeah, I found out I could do it as well, but it was too late. So by the time I went keto, it was a bit too late. But I mean, like, I didn't lose any addition or anything, but I didn't carb up.
I would do it earlier. It's better to do it earlier.
Yeah.
And then start to introduce the carb just to bring back that sensitivity.
Yeah. I was about to say, because next time I do a prep, I want to get ready first and then just hold it. So I want to do what you guys did and kind of just suffer, and then maybe 3 weeks out you can kind of just cruise into it, you know?
Just cruise into it, yeah.
No stress.
It was a lot better there, that way you don't feel run down.
Yeah. No,
because I only start to feel run down for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks out for
Yeah.
like 1 week. That was it.
Yeah, that's it though. I mean, like, instead of the whole prep, you know, I mean, like a lot of
all the other preps I felt like shit. This last one here was like just cruising.
yeah.
You keep saying you feel fine. I feel perfect. He's like, you sure? I said, yeah.
But I mean, with that being said, I mean, that was your best package today. So I mean, like it obviously worked out. But like what people don't understand though is like because you started so late, like your sensitivity to everything is probably quite high. I mean, like I can't imagine.
I think so.
Yeah, I can't imagine that you're pushing it hard in terms of everything, in terms of the not the train, like not in the training and the sub. I mean the more like the secret supplements, but everything like that. Like you're probably nice and sensitive, and like I mean, would you be like, let's just say, when you come off kind of thing? Would you be like that, or would it be keep it going, little cruise or something?
No, off.
Okay.
Off is off.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
Off is off.
Yeah. No, I'd be the same. I'd tend to come off. Like this lockdown, I was off for pretty much the majority of it, you know, and it was I felt great. I feel great now because it's like the body's kind of just blowing back up, and it's like it just wants to do it. There's no forcing it. I'm not pushing the food yet, but I mean, yeah. I mean, where like
I just started to pack on some weight there.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like
what are you up to? What are you up to? What are you weighing now?
I'm about in 96 now. Just holding at 96. But as soon as because I lost a bit of weight there at the beginning of the lockdown, and then I got back into the gym during the lockdown, and the weight just started to come on day by day just from weight training.
Yeah.
And it's still climbing slowly.
Were you training at all over the lockdown, or did you stop it? Did you have access to the gym?
I stopped for about 4 weeks, and then I got into my gym.
Yeah.
So when everybody was suffering, I had the whole gym. I was doing Milosh style training, giant sets all over.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, no, I got banned. I got banned.
That was fun.
I got bands and I gave up on it. I got them. It took a month to arrive. I gave them a try for like 3 weeks. They just stopped.
I gave up as well.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I gave up. I had all that stuff.
Yeah.
No.
But
yeah.
I mean,
I might quite like joining a gym on my own. I think you would like the atmosphere. I like it empty.
Same.
Just equipment.
Yeah. That's the one thing I do, man. I stick on the music in the gym and I just go at it, you know, and shut down a little bit later. And, you know, but it's ideal, especially during a prep. I can imagine once you want your space, you can get your space, you know. But I mean, you don't have any training partners, do you? You've always kind of done it yourself.
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, have you trained with any of the guys? Have you ever trained with? Have you trained with any of the bodybuilders, like?
Yeah, I train with a couple of people. There's a guy called Ed from Brazil. Does classic. He did one classic physique show, but he does men's physique. He wins all the men's physique.
Yeah.
Bruno, I train with Bruno. I train with a couple of the guys.
Yeah. But Bruno's a good guy. He's been in the circuit for a long time. That guy has.
Yeah. We did a crazy leg session together.
I think he does too many shows. I think he needs to take a little break just to improve. But he loves to compete.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can't blame him for that. But we'll have to get a session.
Everyone to his own.
That's it. We'll have to get a session in soon, though, man. And I'll have to come up to your gym, or you can come up to mine, or I'll go to Raw or something one of the days. But see what happens. Yeah, so I mean, but that being said, I mean, going forward, let's say you win the pro card. It's a matter of when, really, at this point. But when you win it, are you going to take some time off and improve? Because, I mean, the weight cap will go up.
I can't hear you. You cut out there for a second.
Just 1 second. Yeah, can you hear me now? All good?
Yeah.
Steady. So when you, let's say you win your pro card, are you going to take a break? Or will you like?
Depends on how I look. It depends on how I look. For just win my pro card and I look the way I want to look, I jumping into the closest to show to the Musclecontest. If I look like I deserve a pro card, then I'm a pro. I'm jumping into a pro show. I'm not gonna wait.
Deadly. But that's the thing I like about classic is like a lot of classic guys can hop straight into it because you're not going to be out muscled by anybody. It's always just shape and weight and structure.
You can only get out conditioned and out shaped. Yeah.
I mean, I see like we have Shane Cullen who's doing the show in 10 weeks, hopefully. You have, I think,
best classic in Ireland.
Yeah, I think he'll do. I want him to win his show. I hope he does top 3. I think he has the structure and he looks good. He looks really good, but I'm kind of like his consistency. He hasn't always been consistent.
Yeah, well, he won the Dennis James Classic. Like,
yeah,
he's gonna kill it.
Yeah, he'll kill it, man. I'm looking forward to it. But like, I mean, I'm sure. Like, look, you'll have to when you're at that level though, you'll have to pick the shows that they're all in. Like, don't run away from it. I'll be like, if I was in it, I'd be like, let's go.
Don't make sense, buddy. I don't run. Tommy will tell you I don't run.
Yeah, love it.
I don't run.
Love it.
Yeah.
No,
it don't make sense backing down. If you want to be the best, you gotta go up against the best.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah, but Shane is gonna kill it in this show. Definitely. He's always shredded, always in shape.
Yeah.
Just gotta check out for the improvements.
Yeah.
But he's Mr. Consistent.
That's it. He's finally got it. You know, it took him a few years, but like back in the day, he would miss the peak a lot. Like back when he was a junior, back when he was a bit younger, but he'd still win because he was so structured.
Yeah.
He'd still win. Like
I know about Shane when I was living in England.
Okay, how did you? True. It's crazy, man. How did you know about Shane in England?
Yeah.
Was it just?
I can't remember. I seen him in a show. And someone knew him, and then I just know about him from then.
Must be in the PCA show you watched then or something.
Yeah.
Savage. I mean, but that being said, I mean, is there any? Have you ever gotten a lot of? I wouldn't say hate, but have you gotten people who said you'd never get to the stage you're at? Like, have you gotten people who said you're not good enough?
Or I don't know, probably behind my back, but nobody never really say that to me. Type of way. Most of the people are always like, if it's a bodybuilder, most bodybuilders I talk to are 100% positive. You know, to your face, anyways. So I never got no negativity towards what I'm doing or my goals.
Yeah, that's what you want, man. You want that positivity. Yeah. You seem to have it in
probably a little bit of rivalry, but nothing bad.
Yeah, I want rivalry. I like rivalry. You know?
I love it.
I think it's a bit of fun, you know.
Driving force.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, now the next show I do, it's like, I think with myself, it's just condition. You know, it's literally just condition.
What was next show?
Oh God, I want to do NABBA. I want to win NABBA. So it'll be next October. But like you said yourself, if I get ready, if I'm ready, if I feel like I'm where I'm at earlier, I'll do spring. I'll do some spring shows as well, and maybe jump into something. I won't tell anyone if I'm doing it because I have clients who are doing spring. So I just want to let them get the view. I want them to get the public attention. I don't want anyone to know I'm doing it.
That's another thing too, having expectations.
Yeah. I mean, did you feel you lived up to your expectations, or was it a case of Tommy was kind of just focused on the task at hand kind of situation? Like you didn't let it overwhelm you?
No,
that's good. But I mean, that being said, I mean, moving forward as well, do you think, how many years do you think you have in the tank? I mean, like how many years?
I don't know. I just started, so don't know. I'm planning on stopping soon.
Cool. As long as you don't get injured, you know, I think you can keep on going. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, look at Dexter Jackson. He's 50 or something, and he's still going. So I suppose if you can say healthy.
Look at do you heard of Albert Beckles?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. He's from my country, Barbados.
So would he have been a celebrity in your country, or would have people know?
No, I only know about him a couple of years back. I never heard about him when I was living in Barbados. But his brother is a professional bodybuilder in Barbados. So I know about his brother, but I never heard about him.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I
Yeah.
think he didn't live in Barbados. I think he did all.
No, I live in England.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
But I mean, does Barbados have, like, obviously Al Beckles and his brother, but does it have any other bodybuilders, like, apart from yourself, obviously? But,
Yeah, they've got other bodybuilders. They've got a couple IFBB elite pros and a couple IFBB men's physique pros.
cool. Yeah.
So yeah, for a small country, we got quite a few pros.
Yeah, you have the muscle bellies. You have that shape. You have the muscle bellies over there, and you have the genetics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
take advantage of it, you know. But
Yeah.
But I mean, would you, like, that being said, now when you compete, would you represent Barbados or would you represent Ireland? Is the question. Would you represent
Ireland. I live in Ireland.
Yeah. Go on. I love it.
100%. Yeah.
Love it.
Go right where you live. Can't be disrespectful.
You've been adopted by us. You're being taken.
Yeah, exactly. You take care of me, I can take care of you.
That's it. Now that's the thing. I tell people this all the time. Like, I'm Irish, but I have Romanian genetics, so it's like, of course, I represent Ireland because, like, I'm here. You know what I mean? But like, but that being said, like, I mean, Ireland's such a mixed place now. You know, you have everyone coming in from everywhere. I think it's great because, you know, it gives you a lot more of a competition. I think, like, we're definitely catching up. I mean, 5 years ago, we didn't have any pros, and now we have like 6 or 7. So, I mean, you have
coming out the woodwork now.
Yeah, and we have Blessing, we have Darren Farrell, we have Shane, we have Vinny. Not counting the women either.
IB.
Yeah, IB, and then we have some deadly physique.
Claire McGrath.
Yeah, Emma Gormley up in the north, and we have like
Josh Cole.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, like, we'll have a few open bodybuilders. I think it won't be too long until we see, like, somebody like Giovanni or someone just hit his peak and win some overall. But like, it's rare. I mean,
it's coming.
I'm looking forward to it. Like, but I always tell Giovanni, remember that time I bet you? Yeah, when you're on that pro stage, I'll get to tell everyone I bet you once. So we're 1 for 1, me and him. We've only done 2 shows together. We probably won't compete together. We probably won't compete again just because it's a different category would be it.
Again, yeah.
But I always say that, you know, it's like 1 for 1, you know. But yeah. So, but like, I mean, that being said, I mean, do you have any like obviously your goals would probably, let's say, win your pro card, and with your clientele, you don't do any online clients or anything like that? You just focus on the job at hand, do you? Or cool.
Just the job at hand, yeah.
Yeah, better off. I mean, you can focus more on your bodybuilding as well and family.
Yeah, exactly. Getting old.
But I mean, that being said, like, I mean, do you think now, like if you're 35 now, and let's say you win your pro card, you know, there's massive pro shows and everything. Like, there is, like, yeah, there's avenues and everything. But it's great because.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the guys. Like, you have. I remember there was a classic pro. Do you know who Darren Charles is? When the classic scene first came on.
I'm not sure.
Well, basically, no, he was a freak. He looked like you. He had the arms, like, he had the same biceps. And his whole thing was he's been competing for 30. I think he's done now, but he came back as a classic.
Yeah.
He came back as a classic bodybuilder, and he was in his 40s, and he was winning shows. Like, he was doing really well. Yeah,
That's
so
good to be me.
yeah, I was just like, you know what? Like, I think people count. Like, I've always thought people have always counted you out, though. It's like it's always been a case of like, whenever they talk classic, they're always like, oh, Shane, Vinny, Darren. I'm like, you can't just leave Leon out of the mix. Like, he's right there as
Mm.
well.
Don't worry about that. I got to earn my stripes. I guess I got to earn my stripes. That's all.
Deadly man, deadly man. But the muscle contest, it'll be a good show to watch when you do it. I think everyone will be fired up and ready to go again. You know, it'll be the first big show of the year. Well, one of them. And I mean, do you have any? Like, I suppose we're coming up close to the hour. For the last 10 minutes, I'll just do a quick few questions. So basically, is there any in the Irish scene, who would you say, in your opinion, are the guys to, let's just say, let's just say, you don't have to name them in order, like it can be any order you want, but I mean, any category, but let's start with bodybuilding. Like, in the bodybuilding scene in Ireland, who do you think are the guys to look up for, you know, like, who apart from yourself, like, I mean, do you have any guys you'd be keeping an
To
eye
look
on?
out for?
Yeah.
Same guy Giovanni.
Of course.
Yeah, and then Ed that does men's physique. He's gonna come into classic. He's gonna come into his own. There's a few people. There's a guy called Enrique that no one knows about. He's coming up secretly on the cover.
Where's he training at? Is he a Dover or where's he from?
Don't know where he's training at the moment. But I know he's coming up though.
Cool, man. Cool, man.
Yeah. I stick to myself, so I don't really know too many people. I just see them like Instagram and I see them at the shows and stuff, you know.
No,
Those are the ones I know to look out for.
I mean, I'd be the same. At this point, I'm kind of like focus on yourself, and you know, like I'll scroll down the feed every so often, and I'll see a picture or something. I'll be like, okay, that looks pretty cool. But I deleted my social media during prep last year anyway, and it was great. I didn't see anything. So,
Did you?
no, I did. I got it back. I got it back when I got to the show, just so I could post a few pictures and stuff. But
Yeah.
the last 2 weeks, when Tommy was helping me, he was like, just delete it, just for the moment. And I was like, it worked.
Yeah.
There was no
stress. It's getting play on your head.
Yeah. Because that's what happened. Like
I just.
Yeah. No,
I would just sit and look at my photos for ages, like squeeze this, change this, up this, like, you know. Sometimes you need not to look, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
The more you look at something, the worse things start to look.
Yeah.
You can look at photo and 0.4% body fat just by looking at it.
Yeah. I know it can be. I know it can be, but I mean, that being said, I mean, would you as well as that, like, I was kind of thinking, like, would you ever? You're not a social media bodybuilder. You're really not, like, you wouldn't be.
Not really.
You're better off, I suppose. Like, if you're.
I put up whatever I want.
Yeah. I mean, you're not.
Put up pictures of my pug.
That's it. But you don't have any, like, would you be looking for a sponsor or anything like that? Or you kind of like, I'm by sponsor.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sponsor was always good, like I said, to help with that financial side of things, because competing is not cheap, as you know yourself.
No.
You know, especially if you want to do multiple shows as well, back to back. You know.
Oh yeah. It's
not easy.
Last year was probably the most expensive year. I've done 4 shows, and I was just like,
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's why it's good. It's good to take a little downtime now. You know, reset everything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but that being said, how did you come about? Like, obviously, you're sponsored by your butcher and your physiotherapist. So, did you just go in and say, "Look, I'm doing these shows. Can we sort out a deal?" Or how did you sort that out?
Yeah, well, I just went to the butcher and I explained my situation, and like he was on board right away. And same with the physio, like physio was like, listen, I just want to make sure that you stay healthy for this show. So just come in and see me when you need to. You know, it's quite easy. It wasn't me. I didn't have to beg.
That's what you want.
You know, I literally asked and they had my back, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
that's
they literally wanted nothing in return. They just wanted me to do well.
Yeah. I still remember that story when Glenn, I remember you told me Glenn dropped like a bag of groceries at your door. Would you still be in touch with Glenn and
Glenn?
Yeah, still be in touch with him?
What's Glenn?
Glenn Monis the Reverend, the gym.
He never dropped groceries at my door.
No, I remember you said, I think it was like a story. I remember you said like he left some, I think it was like, you said he left some food for you or something. Like he was in Dublin or something.
Oh, he left a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A big fucking steak.
Savage.
Yeah.
Savage. No,
Glenn butchers for me.
Glenn's a good guy, man. I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Best gym in Ireland. Best gyms in Ireland.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Carlo one opening. It's too far for me to go all the time, but you know.
Don't matter. We gotta get there at least a couple times.
Oh, once or twice.
We go for the weekend.
Yeah.
Train Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Come back in.
That's what you want, man. That's what you want. But
Yeah, definitely.
That being said, like once you're in the zone, you'll probably be focused in Donnybrook again, or would you be kind of focused in just around your area?
Yeah. Close to home, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. If I could get Tommy there rather than going to Sandyford, yeah.
Sure. I mean, Donnybrook's fine. I like it. I just it has everything you want in it. So.
Yeah, just dark, but like I don't care where I train, you know, wherever my coach is at, I'm at. I don't need nothing special. Don't need no special equipment.
Would you like train with him once a week, or would you kind of?
It all depends. It all depends on what's going on at the time.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, he looks like he's ready to come back. Like he's always training something. But I mean, I still have his number, and I'll text him every so often. When's that come back? You know, like, but
yeah, he's always gonna be a bodybuilder. He retired now, but he's always gonna got that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, his legs.
His
legs are still big, and I'm just like, fair enough. Like, I hope I'm healthy when I'm like.
Ain't going nowhere.
No, that's cool. That's cool. But I suppose like for anyone listening, obviously, like, look, would you be taking on clients at all, or is it just a case of your own work and just doing it in person?
No, just my own work at the moment. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, that's grand, man. Well, look, my man, it was a delight having you on.
Yeah.
You know what?
Thank you.
Where can people find you if they want to ask you a question or two? Like, is it just Instagram?
On my Instagram, Bajan_strength.
Yeah. What's the story? What's actually the story behind the username? What does
Bajan? That's people from my country. I'm from Barbados, and we're called Barbadians. But in my country, we call ourselves Bajans instead of Barbadians. So that's where it comes from. So like Barbadian strength, Bajan strength.
Yeah, because I genuinely thought you named Bajan for a while. Like my friend Anthony.
People call me that on the street.
Yeah, because my friend Anthony trained in hardcore, and he would always see you around.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, look at this, that guy Bajan around." I was like, "That really his name?" It's like, "Oh no, it's Leon." It's Leon.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. No, that's cool, man. So it's like it's a unique nickname anyway. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, deadly. Well, look, I'll give you a shout when this is posted and up because I've said to people all the time, I am always up to training with anyone. It's just a case of is COVID going to fucking stop?
I know.
I mean,
we can sort something out soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, we will. I mean, for sure. I mean, like do some legs or something because the way I train, I wouldn't be totally. I wouldn't say, like, I'm in and out in about 50 minutes. You know, I kind of come in, do my work, lift my heavy weights, and then just leave. But like, I can do volume if I need to do volume.
Yeah.
I'm capable of it, and I would for legs. Like, I do a lot more volume for legs, but upper body just in and out. But, Daddy man, look, I'll give you a text when it's up. Thank you very much for coming on and taking time out of your
Thank
day.
you, buddy.
All right.
Bless.
See you, my man.
Yeah.